What's going on, guys? We are back for another movie review. So, I got kind of a weird one for you today. So, I watched a movie that's on Netflix called The Abandoned, and if you guys want to check this out, go right ahead. Um, it's a very weird, interesting movie. Well, not really interesting, just really crazy. So, the entirety of this movie is based around two characters, and it's just really crazy. Of these something happens in this house however many years ago, okay, and I believe Julia Roberts' niece, Eric Roberts' daughter, played in this, and it's really crazy because the last movie I saw her in was The Millers with Jennifer Aniston and a couple others, but again, it's been a minute. But either way, so she plays as a new mother going through postpartum, and she's having an issue with her son, and he's always crying. And her husband just got a new job. They're trying to fix up the house, and they meet their new neighbor, who's played by Michael Shannon, who is kind of awkward. Don't really know a lot about him, and he's very kind of weird. And what's crazy is he tells them a little bit what happened in this house, but not very much. And he says that she looks like the girl that passed away, and it doesn't really go into detail. And she starts hearing things, she starts seeing things of what happened. She goes more into the history of the house and also what happened, and all that really is shown is um and it gets later shown that the father was doing things to his daughter and caused for her to have a pregnancy, and she had a pregnancy, and she offed herself the child and him. And there she had a brother who turns out to be Michael Shannon's character, who he went into the system, he came back, and he was trying to keep up with the house, and he still felt like that was his house, but he knew it was haunted. He knew something was going on, and he everybody was really weird in this movie. Everybody was really crazy because even the realtor was kind of off, and she was being really weird and everything of that nature. And the husband thinks that the wife is just, the postpartum depression is really getting her, and she's, seeing things that aren't there, she's hearing things, all this and that, and he's not listening. And that's just the normal thing that you see in movies, where it's the spouse of someone that's just not listening to what's going on while they're working out all day, or whatever the case may be, while they're trying to provide, or whatever the case may be, like I just said. But again, things keep going missing. She can't explain it, and finally, when she tries to talk to her husband, he doesn't want to believe her, and there's an accident almost with their son, so he tries to get a therapist involved. Even the therapist is weird. And when she talks to the neighbor, he goes into more detail on what happened with the house, and that he says that don't try to move the wardrobe because there's a reason why it's there. And one time when she thinks that she hears or sees something, her son gets kidnapped by unknown entities, and don't know if it's a spirit or if it's actual people living in this house. Turns out it was two other children that Michael Shannon's sister that had passed away, I guess she had, and either they passed away or they were still somehow living. They took her son, and I guess she somehow fought for him, got him back, and everything went to normal. They fixed up the house. He was a little older, and then she ends up being pregnant again later on in the film. And it doesn't explain anything. It don't explain anything. It don't explain what happened to these other two children. It doesn't explain why she looked like Michael Shannon's sister. It didn't explain on like what happened. There was very lack of what was going on in this film, because the entirety of this film I was actually bored. I was very just confused with the whole film. I felt like the writing was very off. I felt like that they try to steer you in one direction and they steer you in another direction, and you did not know which way was left and which way was right. Like, what exactly are they doing here to keep you entertained, to keep you like invested in the movie? It pretty much, not even halfway in the film, I pretty much just got taken out of the film where I just didn't care. I just wanted it to be over, and it just was a very boring film. It's supposed to be a horror thriller mystery, I'm assuming, and it just failed on all three counts. But if you guys want to check this movie out, it is on Netflix. It came out 2022. I give credit to where credit's due to I can't remember her name offhand who played the main character, but she did the best she could, and I think they just gave her a bad script and she just rolled with it the best way she could. But overall, let me know what you guys think about The Abandoned down in the comments. If you guys are new to the channel, see about subscribing, leave a big fat like on the video if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you as always on the next one.